Well, hello, Sunshine. Didn't hear you come in. Glad you got here today. Come on in here and have a seat. I'm doing a little bit of bar maintenance today. And have I got the deal for you? Won't cost you nothing but a little bit of scrap iron. You can make it yourself. But I want to show you a wonderful tool. I wouldn't say you'd need to make it because you don't need to do nothing. I think you'd want to make one after you see this one. Come on in and have a seat. I'll move this stuff out of the way. Don't pay no attention to that. It ain't nothing. Chicken feed. It's all about grinding chicken feed. That's all it is. Don't worry about that a bit. What I want to talk to you today about is this groove in your bar right here. And bar maintenance. Just one aspect of bar maintenance. And a tool to help you do it. I ain't trying to sell the tool. I want to show you how to make it. And I want to show you this homemade one. This bar here is for a 63 gauge or 63 thousandths drive tooth, and this measuring 80 thousandths. This is probably the worst bar I got. It's the only one I can find bad because I got the tool so they don't get bad. Just now I'm going to put a chain in here and I'm going to show you what we're dealing with. It's just a little piece of chain. I'll put a little piece of chain in here just so you can see what we're dealing with. When that bar gets wallered out, that chain can rock real bad back and forth in that bar. We can fix most of that. We ain't gonna get it so tight that the chain won't run in there, but we're gonna take this slop out of here. And there's multiple ways of doing it. I've seen people hammer them down. We're gonna do something just a little bit easier and a little bit more precise, and still ain't gonna cost you much more than just a little bit of fun in the shop of building one. Or if you don't have a shop, maybe a buddy does. You guys can build one together and share it. Oh, if you learned something from this, appreciate it. Appreciate y'all being here. Here's the tool. And I didn't make this. Buddy of mine, one I talk about every once in a while. He's in nursing home right now. Mike Lauder made this one. You'll see him in the comments. And appreciate the rest of you guys being here commenting. Kevin L. Appreciate being here all the time. Adrian and Farmless Farmer and Teresa and boy, and I know the family. I keep getting these initials wrong. TTKMM. I gotta get them on the right order. I gotta thank everybody down the line to get the initials right. And old Base Peg, and you guys have been commenting. I appreciate that. I'm going to take this apart right quick and show you how it's put together. But before I take it apart, I'm going to take you out, put this bar in the vise, and show you how it works. And then I'll show you how it's built. So just hang around. Video's going to be short. Ain't much to it. It's pretty simple. You can probably build it about as fast as you can watch this video here in a bit, but I appreciate it if you do watch the video all the way through. That helps YouTube recommend it to somebody else that watches the same kind of stuff you and I do. That's how it gets out there, and we're trying to build up. So appreciate that, guys. If I earned it, like it. If I didn't, no. It's just that easy. But don't do it right now. Keep your eye on the ball. We'll take care of this. Here's what I was wanting to show you inside. We'll see if it went. When those start getting wide, that chain will rock back and forth in there, which isn't that good. Plus your tie straps here on each side. One side's a tooth, and presets and tie strap, whatever they call them. I forget the proper terminology, but you understand what I'm saying. Where that rides on the bar right there on both sides, if this gets spread out, it's not riding. That bar's wider, it's wanting to fall in that ditch, which that's not good either, so that'll wear your chain in there at an angle. Get premature chain wear. Let your chain rock back and forth. Hard to make a straight cut. Yeah, I don't know. You can probably think of all kinds of other reasons it needs to be done. For full disclosure, I'm doing just a little bit of camera trickery here. This is just to show the excessive wobble, because I don't have any bars that's terrible wore out. This one's 80 thousandths on a 63 thousandths. This is a little oversized, but I wanted to show you this today. So I've got a 50 thousandths chain in there, so I'm exaggerating it. But I've seen chains that are that bad. So I don't have, if I had a wore out bar, I'd show you a wore out bar. I don't, so I'm going to show you this in here, but it's all about the tool anyhow. So Yeah, don't hold it against me that I'm doing a little bit of camera trickery here just to exaggerate the play, but I want to show you what we're doing. Before you do this, you'll want to dress the top of this bar. A lot of times, if it ain't bad, I'll use a file. Bench grinder works tolerable, but you don't want to get dips in there. So I like a file with a corn cob handle on it. When you get done with that, well, you can go in the house and smoke your pipe, I guess. You can make you a pipe out of it. I don't know. We're all about cheap, though. We're all about do it yourself and do it cheap. Now what that's going to do, let me tilt that down just a little bit. No more than I struck at, and I never even struck at, but I got a pretty good file. You can see that's flat across there now. You can see I don't have, get out my 2-aught glasses, and I can see my file's hitting pretty well all the way to the center, which means I'm perpendicular to this bar. Well, it doesn't necessarily mean I'm perpendicular. It means I've got a flat surface here. I guess it could be angled, but let's call it perpendicular. It means this edge is perpendicular to here. When you get all the way across on a bad bar, when you start filing it, you'll see that you're hitting here and here, but not here and here. Well, you need to take that until you got a nice flat surface for those straps right here to set down on. And when those set down on there, that'll get you less wear, and that chain will ride nice and flat on there. But now when you get done doing that, you're going to have basically a little wire edge up here. It don't take much, just knock that off, and you'll want to knock that off before we use this tool. And that wire edge is just metal that's been displaced out over the edge of the bar, so we got to get rid of that anyhow. It doesn't belong there. It never even started there. It just wound up from there from either chain wearing and mashing that metal out, or when you filed it and ground it, you push some out of the way. That's not structural. It never was supposed to be there, so get rid of it. Now, the way this tool's designed, got a couple roll pins back here, and that just keeps you straight on the bar. Because technically speaking, if you used to come through here at an angle, it would change the distance, this gap's distance right here. You can see I can make quite a bit of a gap in there. If I was to go through there at a bias or an angle, we get less and less gap. So it's kind of important to have something to guide you back here so this tool runs straight. But just set your tool down on there, and it's got roller bearings on it, so they're going to run down both sides, and we got us a we got us a turn screw here to pinch that in. Give her a turn and push that. It's about the same principle as doing the rivets. Just a little bit at a time. Just do it a little bit at a time, run it back and forth. It's not terrible difficult to get down to this end here. But you can see how them bearings are run down that side a little snugger than it was. Like I say, the bar really ain't wore out. I'm not trying to fool you guys into thinking I just turned a brand new bar out of a wore out bar. Not trying to show you that. If I had a wore out bar, I would. I just wanted to show you this tool. I'm going to take you inside to show you how to build it. Let me show you this. Like I say, my buddy Mike built it. He was Husqvarna dealer, one-man shop kind of thing. But he got so bored, he had to take up other things. I've never owned one, but from what I hear, them things just don't need worked on. But they'll wear out a bar and chain. He didn't need spark plug wrenches and all that. He needed bars and chains, because them Husqvarnas plumb wear them out. Them steels, they won't run on. Come on, guys. I'm going to take this apart and show you what we got. Show you basically all the pieces and all the doodads, and it just don't take much to make one of these. I'm not knocking Mike for making it, that it was simple and anybody could do it. But on the other hand, it's simple and anybody can do it. Mike will probably tell you down there in the comments. Him and I are kind of kindred spirits. Hope you get well soon, Mike. I know you're doing some physical rehab right now. Bad fall, and I hope you get better soon. But I'm glad to see you're up, and couldn't even watch videos there for quite a while. He is in bad shape, flat on his back. But anyhow, so what we have is, this is probably, what, 1 1/4 inch, 1.5 inches, and it really doesn't matter. About 3/8 thick, might be 1/2 inch. Drill a hole in both ends, and then it looks to me like he took torch and did a good job of it. Gas hatchet, whatever you want to call it, fire axe, and he just brought them two together to make him a slot. And he's ground it smooth, so this bolt, shouldered bolt, will run back and forth in there. Pretty simple. And then he's drilled him a hole in this end for 5/16, 18 piece of all thread, whatever you'd have if you had metric or different size. It don't matter. Just throw your scrap together. And this here handle, oh, I don't know what is that, 5 inches long. Now I really like this idea here. You need, like I say, you need something to keep this straight running down the bar. You can see it runs in the same spot all the time, and it's not sitting on that bar to bias. Looks like that's probably just about 3 30-seconds roll pins. He just drilled 2 holes in there and drove roll pins in there. Smart, slick. And weld a piece of sucker, well, just cold rolled steel. That's hot rolled steel. Doesn't matter, just probably ain't gonna bend it anyhow if you already got her too tight. But get you a bearing, it'll fit your bolt. See, that's a 5/8 bolt and a 5/8 ID bearing, inside diameter. Other than that, it really don't matter what size. If you got 1/2 inch bolts, well, you're just gonna have to get a 1/2 inch ID bearing and sucker all together with this nylock nut. Reason you want to use a nylock nut is, there, I see I just over tightened it. Well, that won't move in there. It won't move in that slot any. You got to move it just enough to where that'll move in that slot. You have to have it loose, and of course you can use 2 nuts, I guess, and run a jam nut on it. This other one is just a solid bolt hole. So this side's stationary, this side moves. And this jam screw just puts her all together and brings them bearing surfaces together, and that will mash your bar down. She's just that simple. Short video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Throw a like up there if you think you enjoyed it, somebody else enjoyed it, you like what Mike done. If you think somebody else will like seeing this video, if you think it'll help other people, if you like it, it'll kind of get out in the community. If you really like it and you haven't already, I'd appreciate you subscribing. Tell me if you like seeing this kind of thing, or honestly you don't need it that much, but man, it's nice to have, and it keeps your bars working good. Mine sits right there, and I usually use it on customers' saws more than my own. I'll hit my own, but I got so many saws I just don't wear them out bad, but the bar's out. Appreciate her. Catch you on the next one. The problem I'm trying to show you guys is I don't have any Husqvarna stuff here, and all I have is steel stuff, and most of my stuff won't run long enough to wear out a chain, let alone a bar.